Racer TV. My name is Rachel Ayers, and we're at the Unadilla Valley Sports Center for round number 10 of the Can-Am Grand National Cross Country Series. This is our third year here at Unadilla, and it's one of the most popular tracks we see all year. Don't let this sunny weather fool you. We've seen a lot of rain here last night and this morning throughout the morning race. We're expecting one of the muddiest races we've seen all year. Let's go down with Jason, who's with Adam McGill, one of the mud specialists.
All right, thanks a lot, Rachel. We're down here with one of the favorites for sure, Adam McGill, coming on strong lately. I know you want that first win so bad.
Oh man, you had no idea how bad I want it. It's like you know, you got a big cake in front of you, but you just can't eat it. You know what I mean? So I mean, I want it so bad. I'm getting so close to getting it. It just, I mean, I can taste it. It's right there. It's just, I gotta get my luck going my way, and once I get it, it'll be something to watch out for.
Now, this race could be muddy. It might not be muddy. How do you plan this?
You really don't do a whole lot of planning. You just go kind of on a whim, and you know, you might want to change tires here, change the gearing there, you know, put some tape on the front bumper or something like that. But I mean, does it really matter? Just go out and win, and that's what I want to do. I just want to go out and win, just have a good, flawless day, and you know, kick some names and take some butt.
Oh, that's what we want to hear. I think this is going to make for a good show. Throw the Killer Bees and Adam McGill in the mixer. It's going to be a good race, Rachel.
For a look at some of our other contenders, let's go down to the start.
All right, thanks a lot, Rachel. The Killer Bees, of course, the big names here, Borich and Balance. Borich now the points leader after a big win in Pennsylvania last time we went out. Here are the spoilers: Chris Bithell, William Yoakley, Dwayne Johnson. These are the riders that can get in between the Killer Bees and really wreak havoc on their championship run. Here we go, off the line, and a brilliant start for Dwayne Johnson, wheeling down the front stretch. He's going to get the lead here. He's going to get your ITV Whole Shot Award, but that is McGill in the blue gear, sweeping underneath, and McGill's going to lead them with, I believe, Balance in third. The rest of the field drag racing, and yes, it is McGill as we get into the woods. Man, does this place look like fun to ride or what? Perfect traction, loamy soil back here, and there are trees, but there's multiple lines so you can pass, even if you don't get a good start. Just an ideal place for GNCC racing, except the course is a little bit shorter than some of the others on the tour. That means there will be more lap traffic to contend with. It's a good thing there are all these lines to take. Andy Langston from the Dirt First Honda making his way to the top. There are a lot of different ways to get around this course. It will get rough, and then it'll be up to the riders who are smart enough to start changing lines as the day goes on. So here's McGill out front, just like you wanted to be. Balance now in second and Borich in third. So there will be major pressure applied to McGill. Johnson in the number 4 position. He has had a horrible season compared to last year when he was third overall at the end of the tour. The rest of the riders coming through, nowhere to be found is Chris Bithell. He always gets bad starts. Let's talk to him.
Yeah, the last race went really well. I didn't exactly pull off the win. I came really close, but I was happy where I finished. Yeah, I can't complain at all. No, I think the whole track itself is going to tack up well. We mountain biked it yesterday, and it looked really, it looked like a good track. I think with a little water on it, it's not going to hurt it too bad.
Well, Bithell and Borich ride and train a lot together. They also raced for the win together last time out, and they did mountain bike this entire track yesterday. That shows the kind of conditioning these guys are in. They ride 9 or 10 miles on a mountain bike with this type of terrain, and that's just a warm-up for them. They still got plenty of energy left to come out of here and race. On to the motocross track. That's Gravity Cavity, one of the most famous jumps in all of motocross, but they're running it in reverse rotation here for the GNCC, so not as much of an opportunity to air it out. But honestly, the suspension systems on these GNCC machines are not dialed in for the big airtime like the motocross quads are. Let's check in with one of the young riders out here, a rookie, Taylor Kaiser.
I'm just excited to be here and excited to redeem myself, be past those 2 races, and try to get back up front and get back in front of Matt.
Well, Matt Smiley is the veteran. He and Kaiser have been battling all year long for top 5 in the series. They seem to hook up just about every race, and they're almost twice as the age difference between Smiley, who's been around a long time, and Kaiser, just a young man. And that's the way it works out here. It's all even Steven on the racetrack. Going through the infamous railroad section, and everyone's going the high line. There actually are 2 little railroad tracks here they go over. If he goes straight through the center, that's what Kaiser's going to do here, and it's going to be tough. Does he have the ground clearance to get over it? He's really taking his chances. He did make his way all the way to the outside, which is a little bit easier. If you go through the center, if any of these guys do it, it is shorter, but man, you can get hung up and that can end your day. Here we see Bithell coming through the pack after another bad start. Brent Sturdivant, another young rider. He out of Montrose, West Virginia. He also rides and trains at Borage. And now Borage we see in the lead. So he's leading his young charges through this pack here at Unadilla. Balance and McGill second and third. We're just getting started though. Lots of great racing yet to come.
Welcome to this week's Rocky Mountain ATV MC Pro Tip of the Week. My name is Aaron, and this week we're going to talk about rider apparel. Being comfortable while riding is just as important as looking good. And with ARC you can have them both. Here I have with me Zach, which is actually modeling the new ARC Freon gear. The Freon gear offers a helmet that is comfortable, lightweight, and DOT and Snell approved. Next we have the jersey, which is 100% polyester and features vented panels on the sleeves and a full vented panel on the back. Next we have the gloves, which are lightweight, vented, and extremely comfortable. These are going to be one of the most comfortable gloves that you'll ever wear. Moving down to the pants, this is actually the first over-the-boot pant that ARC has designed. Now one of the problems with over-the-boot pants is in the past they can be really comfortable, but they'll end up being hot on those summer days. So ARC has designed some vented panels in the front and also in the back to keep you cool. Another cool feature is there's a pocket on the right leg, and then the lower legs will actually zip off for added ventilation. And probably the coolest feature about all this gear is that you get great quality at a low price. So for more information, go online to RockyMountainATVMC.com or call for a free catalog.
Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Yamaha, Rocky Mountain, and Moose Racing. Battle for the lead, a three-way battle. You got the Killer Bees, Borage and Balance, and maybe Adam McGill will take a can of raid to the Killer Bees today, as he is fighting them hard. Dwayne the Rock Johnson, solid as always, right there with him, and the pace has really picked up now in the woods. The riders have this course figured out. Now McGill has moved into second ahead of Balance, but his machine is steaming. Well, that's another way to handle the insect problem, but he's actually taking the lead now. And the machine isn't steaming any longer, so things are okay for the moment. And Johnson's still back there stalking them in the number 4 position. Bithell back in 5th after another bad start. There's Kaiser in 6th. And go figure, he's battling with Matt Smiley. They seem to do that every single race. Sturdivant inside the top 10. Great ride for him. He's actually a college student who finds time to come to the races on weekends. And McGill busting through this pack of lap riders. It looks good. Let's talk to our champ.
Go out there and win. Get a whole shot and throw some mud on the guys behind me and put this Yamaha on the finish line before anybody else gets there. That's what I want to do. We had some problems there at the last race and bent a frame and a shock and some A-arms. The bike wasn't handling very good at all. We wasn't able to run pace and was lucky enough to get out of there with third. So we got 4 races left and we're looking, we feel pretty confident and look like I think we can go out there and win some races.
Well, it's all mixed up here. Dwayne Johnson now in front of Balance, and they're all chasing Adam McGill. There is Bithell, and we've lost Borage from our leaderboard. Not sure what happened to him, but again, lots of lines out there. It's easy to get hung up. Let's go talk to Rachel in the pits.
Here we are at the halfway point, and Adam McGill is on fire here today. We talked to him before the race. He said he was ready to go. He went out there, got the whole shot, and has been in the lead ever since. Dwayne Johnson's actually moved up into the number 2 position. He's putting in a good ride here today. And Bill Balance is sitting in 3rd. Chris Borage was running up in the top 3 all day, but something happened. His pit crew really doesn't know what's going on, but he has fell back to 6th at this point.
Ouch. In and out of the pits is Borage. Here he is, your championship points leader. You've got to put yourself in position, and that's just the way it goes. You race for 2 hours in the woods. You're going to have some trouble. Balance going to try to run with it now and get away from Borage. And he's chasing. He's got Bithell behind him. There's Kaiser. Adam McGill, though, is the man to beat today. Smiley chasing Kaiser, of course. And Borage behind all of these guys. Man, further back even than I realized. So he's well outside the top 5, and a thumbs up from our leader, McGill. He's pumped. He's got Johnson there in 2nd, Balance in 3rd, and Bithell in 4th. Man, you get Bithell up front this early in the race. This could be his day to notch his first GNCC win. Let's talk to Borage.
Feeling good, been riding a lot, and just hopefully have a good day today. Get out front, and just hopefully the bike holds up. Had a couple bad races here 2 years in a row, and hopefully today I can pull a win out. Everything's been working really well. Kentucky, lost my rib brakes and we fixed that, but that's the only thing that really set me back a little bit. But hopefully just looking forward to today and going out here and giving it all I got.
Well, he's going to have to because McGill is absolutely flying out there right now, looking good. Dwayne Johnson in the number 2 spot, and I think that's Bindle now up to 3rd, and Balance all the way back to 4th. Look at how rough this Unadilla track is getting. But Balance, that's real often where he wants to be. He will stalk guys until the last lap and then step up. And if you're McGill, Johnson, now Balance in the 3rd, Bindle in 4th. If you're any of these young guys who hasn't won a race yet, that's a lot of pressure to deal with down the stretch. It's hard enough to win one of these things. It's even worse when you got the number 1 plate banging on your back bumper. So here's McGill, and here is Balance, but it's Dwayne Johnson who's actually in front of them. So it's all sorts of mixed up today. Stay tuned. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Yamaha, Rocky Mountain, and Moose Racing. Check in with our morning ATV race. We got utility and 4x4 machines out here, our women's class, and a lot of upstart beginners, newcomers, first-year racers, whatever you want to call them. Of course, another hole shot by the Canuck, Jacob Kirst, in his class. The women's class, though, out front, they proved they are back. They won the overall at a bunch of races earlier in the year with Tracy Checo. The 4x4s have won a couple in a row, but today the women's class was back to the front. Check out our 4x4 riders coming through here. Also some riders in the U2, that's Utility Unlimited class. Those are riders on the Can-Am Renegade and the Kawasaki KFX 700. But the rider to beat today was Angel Atwell on the LTERacing.com machine. And virgin terrain out here in the morning. She doesn't care. Throw the logs down in front. She'll ride right over them. 4x4s can do it as well, maybe with a little more ease since they're bigger, heavier, and have 4-wheel drive. But it didn't matter. Angel Atwell is going to come out on top. And the people, the LTERacing.com team are happy. Robert Smith in the U2 class puts in a good run today. But Angel's going to be the one to beat. Mike Benson, he's your champion of U2. He puts in a good run on the 4-stroke tech machine. And you got Hoyt Penland and Rick Checo. Checo wins the open class here today, closing in on a championship on his Warnett Racing KTM. Jacob Kirst almost lost his Canadian flag off the front of the machine. Checo looks good today. He looks good just about every day. And once he's got that machine figured out, he used to ride the sports type machines. Now he's adjusted to the 4x4s. Let's talk to Angel.
Right off the start, I kicked it and it was in neutral, so I kind of had to come back through everybody a little bit right off the go. But I got 3rd into the woods, and it's a couple miles in, and I picked the better line and got around Tracy and never looked back.
Well, that's your overall. Atwell takes down Mike Young out of the C class, and Tracy Checo is 3rd, 2nd of the women's class. Mike Benson, your top utility rider. Checo wins 4x4 open over Brian Buchanan. Canuck. Let's go back to the racing here. On the track, it's Adam McGill still leading this thing. He has been up in the top 3 all day long and now leading late. And he was in the same position at Pennsylvania a couple of weeks ago. Man, Matt Smiley, all kinds of carnage there in the East Coast ATV pits as he tries to get new goggles. But here is your question. Can Balance win it? Can McGill finally get one? Or can Boric come from all the way out of the pack? Wait a minute, Bithel's not that far back, but look at how slippery this course is now. And Boric is trying to bulldog his way through, and that's the way it has to be done. That's just racing right there for Boric, who has been on the comeback trail after some trouble halfway through this event. So the Rock, Dwayne Johnson, has been in contention, but they're all going to still have to deal with Boric, who is coming and coming fast late in this game. He's got so much speed, you can't count him out, no matter where he is midway through the race. By the end, he's going to be a contender. This rocky road is wreaking havoc with these riders. The good lines earlier in the day are bad lines now as they have dug down deep into the rocky base soil here in upstate New York. I believe that was Smiley coming by with Taylor Kaiser right there as well. I think Kaiser got hung up. Now heading back into one of the high-speed field sections, there's Andy Lagston's there just inside the top 10. And these guys are definitely taking a beating. This course has gotten rough. And they're headed back toward the motocross track. That is, of course, one of the most famous motocross tracks in all the world. It includes Gravity Cavity. It includes Screw You. These are very tough sections, but really compared to the woods, the motocross track is a great spot to rest. Not much room to rest, though, if you're McGill. You got Balance right behind you, and Dwayne Johnson there as well, now back in the woods. And finally, we see Boric, and now Bithell come by. So Boric has put Bithell behind him. I'm telling you what, Boric is still lurking back there. You got to watch for him here. Balance coming by in 2nd, and Johnson in 3rd. McGill is exactly where he wants to be. He said how badly he wants to win one of these races. Well, he spent an hour and a half of riding, putting himself in position to do that. Let's see if he can hold on. Here comes Yoklin, that monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki, just inside the top 10. White flag is out. Adam McGill leading at Unadilla with Bill Balance right on his wheels. This is the golden opportunity. But you see that Johnson is third and Boric in fourth is still within striking distance. Sturdivant in front of Kaiser on the 17. Here comes Brian Cook on the Team Excel Motorsports ride. 1 lap to go. Can McGill hang on? This is not going to be easy. The pressure that Balance is able to apply in this last lap is going to be immense. And he knows that Boric is not that far back there, so Balance is going to go for it. Great racing. Stay tuned. Racer TV is brought to you by Can-Am, Yamaha, Rocky Mountain, and Moose Racing. Back to the action here from upstate New York, and Adam McGill continues to lead. And good news for him, Bill Balance has to stop for a new set of Scott goggles, and Chris Boric is in the pits. Man, one problem after another for Boric today, and we hear they are adjusting the clutch. Let's see if he can even hold on and even get on the podium today and try to salvage any points. Matt Smiley now into the Boric pits. Their teammates, he's got new goggles. So McGill, there he goes. He's trying to win this thing. Here comes Balance in second with an opportunity to make up huge points on Boric. And here's Dwayne Johnson in third. It's going to get crazy here in the last lap. Let's go trackside.
All right, last lap here at Unadilla, an instant classic. This one is too close to call. When we looked at the pits, Chris Boric had engine trouble. They had to adjust his clutch at the engine cases. They had run out of adjustment in his clutch lever, and we thought he was barely going to be able to hang on and finish and get any points at all. Now we hear that he's taken over the lead. Obviously, there are bottlenecks, mud holes, riders stuck everywhere. Balance, Boric, Johnson, Bithell, McGill, any one of those 5 guys can win the race today. And of course, hanging in the balance is that championship. And Bill Balance, who's been here a million times before and has won a lot of races like this, no matter where he is on the track right now, has to like his chances. He's the one that has the most experience in these wild battles down the stretch.
Well, a wild battle is what we have today as Boric has somehow taken the lead. There must have been a big bottleneck or something, and Balance now in second. That's exactly how it works. And our spotters are telling us what happened was McGill, who was in the lead, got tangled with a lapper, and Balance was right behind him, and those two got connected, and that has allowed Boric to go all the way to the front. So here's Balance now in second, and we're waiting for Johnson. There he is in third, and McGill in fourth. So Balance had a prime opportunity to make up points on Boric, and now he's running out of time. It's one-on-one with the Killer Bees down the stretch in the lowland section. That's where it's muddy. Balance is pulling his roll-offs, trying to get clear vision. Boric will look over his shoulder. We're in the last stretch of this one. Can Balance get by him? What a race here at Unadilla. And Boric looks like he's going to hold on. Only one corner to go. Can Balance pull anything off? I don't think he's going to be able to. And Boric from the ashes is going to win at Unadilla. Who would have thought? The man was in fourth place and in the pits at the beginning of this last lap, and he pulled it out. Bill Balance takes second.
I'm pretty frustrated. I mean, I was looking at making quite a few points up today, back where Chris was at there going into the last lap, and I was in second behind McGill, but I was pretty confident I could pass him out on the motocross. And, you know, right before we got out there, McGill got hung in a lapper section where I couldn't go anywhere, and it hung me behind him. And about the time we was getting loose, Chris and Dwayne Johnson went around on the other side, and that dropped me back to third or fourth, I think, and then I wound up getting around Dwayne and chasing Chris, making a pass with about a mile to go, and then fell into the fastest line there towards the end, and there was a lapper in it. He slows down because he sees Chris, and then Chris went right back by, so wasn't no racetrack left after that.
Man, what a race today. Adam McGill had that lead going into the last lap. He will only end up fourth. And Dwayne Johnson, the Rock, takes his first podium position today in third. And congrats out to Brandon Summers. He wins the XC2 class, 9th overall. Let's talk to our winner.
Yeah, just had some bad luck at the beginning there. Got a rock stuck in the wheel and went pretty far back, and just seemed like I was getting caught up with everybody all day, and just pushed hard, and clutch started slipping. We had to come in and adjust it, and then last lap there I just pushed as hard as I could, and what can I say, I came out here and won. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, if Borch does win this championship this year and ends Bill Balance's streak, he could definitely look back to this final lap at Unadilla. That's where he got it done. He started it in fourth and ends up taking the win. Let's go to our Yamaha replay. Adam McGill was your early leader after Dwayne Johnson took the whole shot. McGill had some equipment trouble. He stayed in the hunt with Balance and Dwayne Johnson. Meanwhile, Borch was basically nowhere to be seen. It was a rough and rocky day for everyone out here. They all had their ups and downs. It was very down for Borch. At the beginning of the last lap, he was in fourth. He had to adjust his clutch. It looked like it might be McGill or Johnson or Balance today. McGill and Balance tangled. That allowed Borch to get into the lead. Balance went after him. The final mile of the race was an all-out sprint between the Killer Bees, but Borch had what it took to win here at Unadilla. An amazing come-from-behind effort. In 2 hours of racing, it came down to this. For Rachel Ayers, I'm Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching GNCC Racing.
The Grand National Cross Country Championship is sanctioned by the American Motorcyclist Association. Rights, Riding, Racing. AMA. Join now. Call 1-800-AMA-JOIN.